let's get a good intro to the whole project. Just
yeah, trying to think of how I would say that. Could you pose it in a question?
Perfect.
So am I looking at this camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll fix it in post.
I think it's very workable.
Is that a tear down? How are you feeling about this song? How are you feeling about this song? Okay. How are you feeling? I don't know how cool it is, but we'll keep working on it.
Do you think it'd be cool if I in the yelling register?
I don't know.
The pianos, that sounds cool. We're here just outside of Atlanta at Manchester Orchestra Studio, and we're kind of taking these already reimagined songs and then teaching them to everybody in the room who's willing to play and seeing how we can interpret them again, and without completely changing them, but at the same time making them alive in a way that is not studio. It's meant to be a very kinetic and changing thing.
And then you could play that on the roads.
Sure. Whatever you want.
Yeah, that's better than I could play.
We have like a barely functioning practice space, so to be in any type of place where let's try that on that, and then go over here and do that. It's like the versatility is very exciting.
You kind of heard it more than one thing. Well, just so you know, like I forgot that kids weren't going to be at school today. So I had to learn all these songs this morning with my daughter insisting that she jams with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had similar
So
Find some headphone splitters.
Okay. Is there not two outputs on each?
There's a couple of leads that I made sure. I mostly play guitar, but cool. There's like a couple of leads that I learned that I practice. So I'm all obviously open to like toss whatever you guys do.
Yeah, we should try and do both. If one's on piano,
This all started with, we wanted to make something new out of these songs that we'd had for a long time. When you make a record, you have to sit with it for a very long time, and it means that sometimes you start kind of messing around and seeing what else can happen.
Okay. And what song were you wanting to play guitar on?
This one. This
Okay,
one.
cool.
Which
Try to pick?
it's very possible that my strumming will not be tight enough, and then I should probably surrender the guitar.
Okay.
Because when I start singing, it's like definitely gets a lot more loose.
Then maybe let's surrender the guitar.
Yeah. But I want to try to do it just because I've never done it. And like on the way into the studio, I could feel the nerves of Waylon and Will, where they were actively telling me how nervous they were, and it was starting to rub off onto me a little bit.
Like there's a couple of leads that I made sure. I mostly play guitar, but
Cool.
there's like a couple of leads that I learned.
Great.
That I practice.
Awesome.
I'm all obviously open to like toss whatever you guys do.
What if we should try and do both, because if one's on piano and then we find a cool key sound too, it could be dope to have two lead lines doing it.
Andy has been so comforting and nice to me over the phone so many times, and so I knew that Andy was somebody that I could be vulnerable with, which means someone that I could fail in front of. So I wasn't very nervous to fail in front of Andy. I knew that I could fail in front of Andy and that I could recover. The other two guys didn't know that yet, but I think very quickly they were put at ease by Robert and Andy because they are so comforting and kind. The call started with, well, Robert and I are very tired. We're about just doing this for the whole time. So I think we'll probably just do the one song. And then by the end of the call, you're like, I think we'll play on everything.
Yeah.
But nothing changed about, like, I wasn't pitching you on it. It's just like,
it was the more
by
I
the end
thought
of the call,
about
you're
it.
just
No,
like,
you weren't
this
pitching
sounds
me
cool.
at all. No, yeah. Just like, I think it was just what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I'd like for you to play on as many of them as you want to play on, if that's cool.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
started thinking, like, we're like the house band. All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, let's
That's
do
cool.
it.
Pretty big on Once our past life begins to run, I've been feeling pretty down, so I get very high. I've been feeling pretty down, so I am very high. It's a punch to the face, the way I'm left in my disdain. I've been feeling pretty down, so I get very high. I've been feeling pretty down, so I am very high. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't
We have headphones as an option too, but do we want to have your vocal running a little bit through a monitor here? If you don't feel like putting it on your phone?
To see what I felt, I wish I could change.
I knew that I liked this band even more than just a loud rock band when I heard the versions that he was doing for this, and also he was so into us going, super weird. Yeah, like when we go super weird, I'd say 75% of the time people are going to ask us to dial that back a bit if we're working with somebody, and he didn't. so we really like that.
What's funny is that song was originally meant to be like Built to Spill. Like, but it was this.
Finding common ground
I
of
agree.
production I like, or sounds
Yeah,
that I like, or lyrics that I like, that at least lets you see inside of their head just enough to be like, I know how to help complement and work with that.
Yeah, when he said Built to Spill yesterday, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna be good.
Ooh, I love that low transition.
Day in my life, alright. I used to cry all the time. Now it happens. Now it happens in mine.
Manchester did this really loud rock record, but then they went back into the songs and recontextualized them in a new way, and you could say that we did a similar thing to what they did, like from Cope to Hope, Life Under the Gun, Life Under the Sun. It's, more or less meant to be the same vibe of taking these songs and making them not loud rock songs and instead making them soft and vulnerable. It used to happen in mine. Now it seems that I'll be just fine. Strange occurrence, the train is on the rails. How long before it fucks up and fails? I can't do anything for anyone, not me.
feel the pain. You know we could try, that would be in vain. My friends are having, my friends are having a hard time. Just wish it could change. I wish I could help to reach inside to change what is felt. Just wish it could change. I wish I could help to reach inside to change what is felt. Just wish it could change. I wish I could help to reach inside to change what is felt. Just wish it could change. I wish I could help to reach inside to change what is felt.
I didn't also get to introduce myself to you, but I'm Missy. What's your notes app look like?
It's all just.
Is your notes app or voice memos?
No, I do.
You don't use voice memos?
I don't use voice memos. I've never actually used anything that I've voice
Look how
memos.
psychotic though this is. I never name them.
I do riffs all the
okay.
time. So, you see
Yeah, some of these are riffs, some of these are
25
just melodies.
seconds, 24 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
like-
exactly. 11, 15, 20, 19,
and you can tell
21, 4.
that's I'm at home. That's I don't know where the
I had never met Andy and Rob before. I'd never met Christine from Pool Kids before. These are like people who you're like aware of their artistry, but it's just always a matter of time until your streams start to run into each other.
For my own dumb sake, could we do that section going into your section one more time?
Yeah,
Just
the
to see.
chorus.
So let's do the chorus into it. Because I just want to be sure it is. Okay, great. I think it's. All right, chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not so sure.
Whenever I'm guesting on someone else's track, I really try to examine their lyrics and really kind of see what's the emotional tone of a song, so that you're not adding something that's just going to be so out of left field where it doesn't contribute or it doesn't fit at all in that established tone that exists. So I just kind of went into Ian's words and tried to examine who he was in this song and who he was in this kind of story that he was sharing.
And I feel like now I have way more meaning to the song.
Oh
since,
yeah,
you know,
I feel that way all the time about songs.
I kind of wrote it. I was inspired by the Beastie Boys documentary where it was Sabotage was just written shit talking the engineer as a joke. And I called it Will Logic after Will because we have a thing that's actually called Will Logic, which is A plus B equals C, but B is the hardest task in the world. But you just present it as all we have to do is get 1 million followers, and then it's and then we're rich, and that's Will Logic.
I can see you. I can see the knife in hand. Don't feel like bleeding. So I guess this is an end. Not so sure where this began, but I'm gonna need my end. It's a strain. Why'd I have to call you friend? I don't believe you'll do it. I wanna believe it for the best. You're standing on my neck for something you'll never get. Not so sure where this began, but I'm gonna need my end. It's a strain. Why
collaborating first is the coolest thing on earth. And when Alicia from Bully couldn't come to do her part, it was like, oh, why don't we have the person from the band we're going on tour with, and ideally, it's like maybe we'll perform that song together.
I got the full email right before. It somehow didn't make it to me, and it was the call sheet, the explanation that it's a documentary, it's 2 days, there's a whole rehearsal day. So it was oh, this is not an Audio Tree thing, this is a whole production.
She got really thrust into something that crazy that I don't even think she knew that she was she just thought it was a live session, not just this jam, everybody's stepping in and collaborating thing. And so, by the end, she's surrounded by Andy, Rob, Missy, and Military Gun. It's it's a crazy situation to find yourself in, and she killed it, instantly.
I practiced doing it belting, and it I didn't.
No, I think that's awesome. I mean,
I just do it this way.
We're not trying to do it the same as the recording.
Okay.
So I thought we sounded incredible.
Okay,
so
awesome.
Don't feel like you gotta yell.
Okay.
Usually when you meet people for the first time, you don't have it documented. And so all of a sudden you're finding yourself in the situation where you're, meeting other artists that you're going to be working with and collaborating with, but it's also kind of captured in this scrapbook way where you then, get to kind of relive the day that we all met and worked together a bit, which is special to us.
That's the choruses.
Okay.
And then the bridge or the verses is.
Just came in with the expectation too that I would just do the song that I was singing on with Ian, and then it's that classic thing where you're here, so you want to play guitar or something else? You want to sing something else? You want to do a little more? And I think that's just kind of in the nature of us too as artists, is that the more we can kind of contribute to something and the more that we can experiment and just play around with each other.
When you're gone and you're away with no alibi. Those last.
Manchester's always loved the in the studio together. Keep trying, keep doing takes until you finally kind of get something that has some magic in it. We are all touring musicians as well, and there's something that you have to get used to pretty early on, which is just you're going to meet people and you're going to get incredibly intimate and close with them immediately.
With all 7 of us playing in there on that one song, it's that's a unique moment. You can't create that, you just get lucky that it happens sometimes. I feel the best thing that came out of that was, at the end of the day, it felt like everybody had been playing together for a while.
And I love that too, that you just never know what's going to happen with something. You just get different musicians who've never played together, and they all focus, and you see what they can pull off. It should happen more.
One, two, three, four. You said something I don't wanna admit. I wanna forget. You said something I don't want that I regret. What you say in a day, and it's televised when you're caught in your way with no alibi. When you wish you could stay, but you've been vilified. When the bloodthirsty mob, it expects a life. You did something you didn't want, and now it's your conversation. What you say in a day, and it's televised. When you're caught in your way with no alibi. When you wish you could stay, but you've been vilified. When the bloodthirsty mob, it expects a love. So how you been? So where'd you go? So how you been? So where'd you go? What you say in a day, and it's televised. When you're caught in your way with no alibi. When you wish you could stay, but you've been vilified. When the bloodthirsty mob, it expects a love.
The goal was for the people to realize how dark the songs are.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like
definitely achieved that.
Because like usually we counterbalance the darkness with like the really fun.
Right.
My girlfriend always talks about how sad our songs are. And I don't think of them as sad songs because I'm making the poppy music to go behind it. I offer up too much without thinking about what I'm offering up. I had to learn to stop telling crazy stories that are like traumatic because I realized that they can bum people out. In songwriting, I don't do that. In songwriting, it's about saying the most extreme version of an idea or whatever. And so really, it's very much inspired by her in actually fulfilling the sadness of the songs, to have the misery on full display.
Oh, cool. God. Okay.
But I leave out the low E.
Okay, cool. We're just in different tunings. Yeah.
See, my thing with that song is just that the vocal melody is on the verses is really plain. So it'd be like trying to find a way to. I think harmony could make it cool.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. I mean, the melody is not really.
I didn't think it was possible, so I'm excited that you're
For sure.
confident.
Yeah. I think especially with this thing too, just like playing some kind of just that thing over top of it, and you can like make it.
Yeah, cool.
You can still have energy to it, you know. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't have
yeah.
to just be like pretty and slow.
Yeah.
I really love the economy of his lyrics as well. I like things that say a lot with saying something simply. You can hear, you know, the vulnerability in it even more so than on the record, and it sounds vulnerable on the record too.
I think at the end it's going ooh, just like because there's just a okay
I think higher was cooler. Yeah, because out of tune down. How are you feeling about this one? How are you feeling about this song?
Okay. How you feeling?
I don't know how cool it is, but we'll keep working on it.
Do you think it'd be cool if I in the yelling register?
I don't know.
The pianos, that sounds cool.
It's just
Let's
so.
let this baby swim for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't give up on it yet.
tadpole.
We gotta. He's sucking it right now.
Yeah.
I think it's just hard to listen to it without drums.
We prepared for this by learning everything. You know, like we came in thinking that maybe most of it is just us and that they might play on one song, maybe an extra. But everything. They played on everything and added so much to everything, you know, like all the way down to the last moment where, you know, on the spot, Robert made up a new intro for do it faster, and I can hear it in my head, and I just want to jump through a wall because it sounds so freaking cool to me, you know?
That's awesome.
I feel like why it worked was nobody in that room was trying to be the thing. Everybody was trying to service the song.
That's right.
And that's a huge difference in musicians. Some people need to feel like they're in the forefront, but if everybody can take a step back, realize they're good at what they do, how do we serve the song? Then you get greatness out of that.
I've waited long enough. The blades are off. Ain't nothing to do in a day. Ain't nothing to do but wait. Find myself just sitting around. Push me out, push me out. Waste my time, waste my life. As I sit and wait for you, I don't see what's up to me. Why I got to be yours too? Ooh, ooh, don't get yourself too winded. Trying to get up, get out of bed. Still here, waiting around. Push me out, push me out. Waste my time, waste my life. As I sit and wait for you, I don't see what's up to me. Why I got to be your stooge? I don't care what you do, just do it faster. Spend your time getting high. Plan to roll, day is done. Ooh, ooh.
What's so cool about it is like we're stepping into the room with an artist that's, you know, been around way longer than us and has such a huge body of work. You guys are so generous in handing us the baton at times, and then also being willing to be like, oh, you should do that, and offering us things. The comfort level that you guys gave to us like pretty rapidly with
That's
just
awesome.
the working pace, you know, it's pretty life-changing, honestly, in the way of just like it's going to change our approach to writing.
From every time we do anything like this, we're also learning something. Your life does change every time, and sometimes small or large ways when you make something from nothing and you create, you know? So if you can actually feel happiness and joy for other people and their success, that's something that just brings me even more joy than my own success at times, you know?
It's an honor to just be a new band and to have people give us their time. And I want to take that and I want to make another artist feel the way that they're making us feel. You know, like that's the coolest feeling on earth. And I love collaborating with people. And now it's like, all right, well, when is going to be my time to do this for somebody else? At the end, I got a little emotional. I was like, this is really cool. Yeah. This is just a really beautiful thing. So thank you, everyone, for being here.
Okay, we're rolling cameras.
He's from Everett, Washington, and I met Will working at a hot dog restaurant in Seattle. Like, him and I both worked there. We're co-workers. Then he moved down to LA for found our way into a band together.
Ian,
Three
what
guys
is-
that can barely play guitar.
I love a sneaky sneak, dude. I was I'm on the way over here today.
Yeah, I'm on.
Waste my time, waste my life, as I sit and wait for you.
When we recorded it with Shooter, I came with piano parts for very high in Will Logic, but I like completely forgot them. And so I had to like relearn them. And I did like, honestly, when I was relearning them, I was like, I don't think this is it. And they're like, no, that's what you did.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
Yeah.